here to tell you what it's like to be a VIPKid teacher. Okay, question number 1. What is VIPKid? VIPKid is a total immersion, one-on-one, flipped classroom model that's completely online. You are teaching children in China English. You do not have to know Mandarin. You do not have to know Chinese. You are only speaking English to them. Now, requirements. You need teaching experience of any kind of 1 year. You also need a bachelor's degree or higher in any subject. You need the ability or the eligibility to work in the US or Canada. However, you can work anywhere in the world with VIPKid as long as you have a strong internet connection. You need a computer. Hello. And a headset. I got my headset from Target for $20. It has lasted me a year and a half. It's a Logitech and it has a microphone, and that's really all you need. Comfy clothes. Hello, I'm in a hoodie. I usually work in my pajama bottoms, so can't beat that. Also, each lesson is 25 minutes. So you are with one child for 25 minutes and you teach all kinds of things. The curriculum is Common Core based. So if you are a teacher in the United States in a Common Core state, you probably know the curriculum enough. And if you don't, it's not a big deal. You can jump right in. But you're teaching reading, you're teaching grammar, you're teaching spelling, you're teaching phonics, letter sounds, all of that good thing is in the lower levels. And then as the children are learning to read, you're teaching sight words, you're teaching blends, you're teaching science and math and social studies. So you're not just teaching English grammar rules. Once they understand the rules, then you're teaching chemical changes and habitats for animals. I mean, you're teaching a lot of really cool things. My favorite unit is the folktale unit. I love folktales, and so that's something that I enjoyed from the classroom, and I get to teach to my students, and I'm teaching European folktales, and I'm teaching Chinese folktales, so I'm learning about their culture just as they're learning about mine. So I love that. That's one of my favorite things about VIPKid. Okay, question number 2 is about the pros. What are the pros about working for a company like VIPKid? Well, number 1 is flexibility. I can work wherever, whenever I wish. I only need my computer and a strong internet connection. I can work from North Carolina. I can work from Indiana. I can work from Ireland if I want to. Interesting. You don't need a whole lot for this job. As you can see, I am sitting in my classroom. I have props around me, but honestly, all you really need is a whiteboard and yourself. You don't need a whole lot to teach online, which is great. Flexibility as far as your schedule. You can open as many classes as you wish, and you can open as little classes as you wish. It's completely up to you. You are your own boss. You are technically an independent contractor with VIPKid, so it's completely up to you. How much money you want to make is how many slots that you open for that week. And what's great about that is if Jordan has a week off or has a vacation or has 4 days off in a row from his work, I can take those days off if I wish and we can go on a mini vacation. So there's just so much flexibility in this job. If I know that I have something I want to save for, I can just open up more classes. And if I don't need as much money that month, I can just not work. It's wonderful. And with teaching in the classroom, you don't have that flexibility. So that's something I've really enjoyed. Another pro is there's no planning. Hallelujah. No planning, no grading, no teacher conferences, no report cards, no data, no testing, none of that. You aren't dealing with that aspect. That's VIPKid's whole deal. You are simply logging on, teaching the 25-minute lesson, and that's it. If the child or if the parent likes you, they may rebook you, and that's how you get that interaction with the children and build those relationships. I have a few students that I've really built a strong relationship with. We've had over 100 classes together, and I talk with their parents. They've invited me to China. I mean, so those things are there for you. So if that's something that you think that you may miss from the classroom, which I definitely do, but I do have that a a little bit with VIPKid, and it's just so neat. They're across the world, and I'm just a little teacher teaching in my hallway. It's wonderful. It's a really great thing. The pay is competitive, especially with ESL companies that are popping up. With VIPKid, you have the opportunity to make $14 to $22 an hour, depending on your experience, depending on your interview, and depending on your education. There are opportunities for incentives, and there are opportunities for raises. I got a raise after my 3rd contract. Yay, yay. So I'm currently on my 4th contract with VIPKid. You get an opportunity for a raise every 3 contracts. And then lastly, I know I've kind of mentioned this, but you are your own boss. This is your business. So it's a great opportunity. This is my thing, that as much work as I put into it is what I get out of it. And there's aspects of that I really enjoy that I've never had as a teacher in the classroom. So way to go, VIPKid. Okay, now for the cons. My kids love that sound in the classroom. Okay, so cons of working online. You are an independent contractor. You are technically not an employee, so there is no health insurance. And I know that that's a biggie for a lot of people. However, there are ways around that. If you are lucky enough to have a husband who has a good health insurance plan, then you can jump on his. If this is not your sole income, then you probably already have health insurance. Not many people do this as a full-time job, like me. So it might just be a part-time gig, so you wouldn't even have to worry about that. But it is something to think about. Con number 2 are the hours. To me, this is a pro and a con. So I work full-time, and that means I work about 36 to 40 hours a week, just depending on how I'm feeling, sometimes more, sometimes less. So because the children are in China, and as of February, with the time change, they are 13 hours ahead in Beijing. So that means I am teaching my time, Eastern Standard Time, from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. because that is their 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. So they are in school all day, and then they come home and they take more English lessons. Crazy, I know. So I am an extracurricular activity for them. So I have to be in the afternoon Beijing time. So those hours are a little wonky. They took me a little while to get used to. However, if you just go to bed at a reasonable time, it's not that bad. The reason I say it's also a pro is because I'm done with my workday at 9 a.m. I have all day to do anything I wish. So even if I am on vacation, I can still work in the morning and have all day to spend with my family. If Jordan has the day off and I'm working, it's not a big deal because I'm done by 9 a.m. So if you have kids, if you have a second job, this is a great way to get that extra income coming in without missing a whole day with your family. The third thing I get asked a lot about is taxes. And because you're an independent contractor, VIPKid will issue you a 1099. So it's completely up to you to take out of your paycheck every month to give to your taxes at the end of the year, or to do quarterly, however you wish to do it. So that's been a little bit of a learning curve for us as well, but we just kind of take a chunk, we name a percentage, we take a chunk out every month, and we just have a savings account specifically for my taxes. So it hasn't really been a big deal. We've just kind of gotten used to doing that. So those are my cons. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask me, email me, message me, whatever. And if you have anyone that's interested in VIPKid, please share this video. Oh, and use my link at the bottom of the description so that I can help you through your process and kind of know where you are and give you some feedback from the company. All right, thank you guys.